Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It's another episode here on Custom Car Bros, and in this episode we're going to be focusing on the bodywork side of things. Now if you don't know what this is a 1995 Mustang that I've been turning into a supercar for the past year and a half. It's only my version of supercar. It's not like a legit supercar. It's not rear engined. It's front engine, rear wheel drive, just like a 1995 Mustang. It's got the 5-liter V8. So anyways, that's off the point. We're gonna get all of the bodywork done in this episode. This will be the last episode that has anything to do with bodywork. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead, jump in onto this front fender and sand that a little bit of body filler, sand the whole thing with 420, and then we'll move on to the back. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright guys, so now as you can see, I don't know if you really can, there's actually a bunch of little lines right here. It's pretty textured from that primer. We're gonna go ahead and take some 400 grit and actually wet sand this whole fender, the bottom, the side as well as the top, and then we'll be good to move on to the back. So let's go ahead and get it done. Alright guys, we went ahead and we sanded it all up and now it's nice and smooth. We went ahead and primered it again, but now we're going to go ahead and jump onto the back here and get all that we can get done right here. Start sanding it and smooth it out. I already kind of did some body work here, so we're going to wrap around the trunk, fill in some of these holes and just get it done. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright guys, so we went ahead and we applied a batch of bondo right there, but now we're going to come over here while that is drying and we got to fix our front cowl. If you look right here, I've made a white mark and that's where it's hitting on a little support beam we welded on a long time ago for the actual fender. So we need to go ahead and cut out that area with this new tool I just got for Christmas, and it just vibrates side to side. It's a really cool tool. I've always kind of wanted one of those things, so we're going to put it to the test because this is the day after Christmas. So we're going to put it to the test and cut that out and see if it'll push down and get lower, because right now it's about an inch higher than it should be. So let's fix that real quick before I forget, and then we'll move back on to sanding the bondo. Here we go. Alright guys, we went ahead and we cut that right there. You can kind of see it. And then we also went ahead and put a self-tapper bit right there. It's kind of a long one. The reason being is because it was just wanting to pry up. The original one, it had a bunch of body mounts, but this is for a different Mustang than this one actually is. But now we're going to go ahead and move on back here to the rear trunk lid again. That body filler is dried, so now we can go through and sand it all up. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead now and go down into this area right here above the rear taillights, and we're going to sand them some more and see if we can get it all smoothed out, because it has these little tiny dings and little tiny holes that we need to fix. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright guys, went ahead and we did some more body working on this trunk, but we're going to take a break from it real quick and jump onto the roof. It may take a while to get the roof done, so let's go ahead, jump into time-lapse mode on the GoPro, because it's the only one that'll fit up there, and we're going to get the roof done, so let's get it done. Alright guys, so went ahead and we got the roof done in about 10 minutes, maybe like 5 seconds, I don't really know. But anyways, that is done, so you can put a big old check on that. And the front fenders, they're like 99% done. This side was already like perfect. The other side took a while because of that crack. So anyways, those are basically done, so we can kind of put a check on it right there for these two fenders right here. Now for the trunk, it's about 70% done. We need to finish that up in a second. Maybe it'll be off camera, I don't really know. And the rear fenders are close to 60 or 70% done. They're mostly done actually. I'm kind of surprised at how well those things were actually done. The doors are going to be the biggest part, so we're kind of putting that off till the end because I can always do that off camera. So anyways, now we're going to go ahead and jump onto these A-pillars right here. Well, it's not really the whole A-pillar. We're going to do this whole arch right here from here to here, get it all sanded. This is like perfect on this side, but it's horrible on the other side, and this is horrible on this side, but it's perfect on the other side, if you get my point. So we're gonna go ahead, finish up this side, and then we're gonna finish up the other side. So let's go ahead, get that done, and then we'll move on to the rear fenders. Alright guys, so went ahead and we got these A-pillars done. That took way less time. I was thinking that this spot right here is going to be a pain in the butt, but it turns out I already applied Bondo there yesterday, now I remember. So it didn't take long at all. We sanded that up really quick, and we're using 60 grit and 120 to finish it, and 60 grit to get it roughed up. So that's a big old check for these A-pillar things on both sides, so that is good. So now we're going to go ahead and jump onto these rear fenders right here. These might take a little while, I'm not quite sure, so let's just go ahead, jump back on the tripod and get them done. Alright guys, so we got that other fender done, but this is taking way too long, so we're going to use the old snap method, and once we snap, hopefully this fender will be done. So let's go ahead and just like this.
Alright, so wait a minute, that doesn't look any different actually. Huh, must not have worked that time. Alright, let's do it again. Here we go.
Alright guys, so we went ahead and we got this fender done. That was kind of cheesy, the snaps or whatever, but it actually, the first snap, I figured out what it actually did. It finished this trunk, so that's always a good thing. So the rear trunk is done. We put a big old check on that, as well as the rear fenders are done. So we put another check there. So technically speaking, from here back is done. So this is basically done. The whole back of the car is. The trunk's done, the fenders are done, and the A-pillar, B-pillar, whatever you call it, C-pillar, I don't really know. But we got another part we need to move on to. They're two smaller parts, so let's go over there. So these are the two pieces we're gonna be jumping on next. They're two, they go underneath the rear taillights. We did them a long time ago, but now we're gonna go ahead and finish the bodywork and things. We're just gonna use electric sander because there's not very much curves anyways, or at least not any flat spots that need to be perfectly smooth. So anyways, we're gonna take the sander, sand up all these edges, and put them back on the car. So let's go ahead and get her done. Alright guys, so we went ahead and we got those two things done, and they are getting drying right now because we just primered them just a minute ago. But anyways, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. Now the doors aren't 100% done, but that is fine by me. I'm going to do that off camera, and I just kind of ran out of time because I was helping my brother wire up his Mustang. So anyways, that's going to be a wrap for this video. In the next video, we're going to be jumping onto the go-kart build and getting it done, rebuilding the front suspension, getting it working, and putting on some new wheels. So make sure you stay tuned for that, turn on your notifications, and subscribe while you're down there. Anyways, if you guys like this video, be sure to drop a like as well as a sub. See you guys in the next video.